Irish not letting the weather break their focus for tonight's game. WSBT-22's Pete Byrne and Carl Deffenbaugh are in South Carolina this morning and join us with a preview of Notre Dame's biggest matchup so far this season.
Good morning from Clemson's Death Valley. Pete Byrne along with Carl Deffenbaugh. And Carl, I guess we can call this the calm before the storm, because we know eventually tonight it is going to be wet and it is going to be wild.
Yeah, Pete, I've had the pleasure of covering one game here before, and everything you've heard about how impressive that entrance is when the players race down the hill to how crazy an atmosphere it gets here in Memorial Stadium, they're not lying to you. It's wild in here. That was a day game. This is going to be a night game tonight, a primetime affair, a top 15 matchup that has major college football playoff implications.
Clemson's home field advantage here in Death Valley is very real. They've won 24 of their last 25 home games, the one exception coming 2 years ago when they lost to eventual national champion Florida State. We've been talking to the Notre Dame football players all week long. They are understandably very excited for tonight's matchup here at Memorial Stadium in Clemson's Death Valley. But a big variable for the Irish in this game, aside from the weather, is their sophomore quarterback, Deshaun Kaiser, who will be making his first career college road start.
You know, I would be surprised if the moment was too big for him. I'm sure, like everybody else, there'll be, you know, those butterflies and some nervousness. But I think once we get into the flow of the game, he's going to be fine.
Obviously, this is the first time that I'll really, you know, get and play in front of, 90,000 plus screaming fans from, down south. As long as I'm comfortable in my own shoes and I believe in the game plan and I fully get the game plan, it will be completely all right, and we'll be able to, do the things that we always do.
Carl, we have seen a few glimpses of what that looks like 3 weeks ago when he comes in relief at Virginia and leads the Irish to a come-from-behind win. Then a week later, against a very good Georgia Tech team at home, but he will have another obstacle to deal with tonight here in Death Valley, and that's going to be some unpredictable weather. Yeah,
Mother Nature going to play a huge impact on this game for both sides. As we know, Hurricane Joaquin and the surrounding storms have dumped a ton of rain on this part of the eastern U.S. Clemson was relatively dry on Friday, but the rain is expected throughout the day today and will play a major impact in the game tonight.
Looking back in high school, I never really had too big of an issue when it came to rain. I have pretty good-sized hands where I grip the ball pretty well. Some of my best games in high school came in the rain, so it doesn't necessarily worry me.
Of course, in wet, sloppy conditions, it certainly helps if you can run the ball effectively, and that's exactly what C.J. Prosise and the Irish offensive line have done so far in 2015. In fact, C.J.'s 600 yards to start the season are the most in school history through the first 4 games.
Definitely going to be loud in here tonight. Probably going to be soaking wet, too, and who knows, that might just be the perfect formula for an epic college football game between the Irish and the Clemson Tigers. That's going to wrap up our coverage this morning from Death Valley, but we will have lots more here following the game on WSBT News Sunday morning, which you can see here tomorrow. For now, reporting from Death Valley alongside Carl Deffenbaugh, I'm Pete Byrne, WSBT 22 Sports.